This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given the values of R and C, and after that we are given a R cross C character matrix as input, and then we are given a string str as input. Now our task is to check whether the particular string is present in any of the edges of the matrix. So first we have to check in the top edge, and then we have to check in the right edge, which is the last column, and then we have to check in the last row, and again if it is not present there, then we have to check the first column, which is considered as the left. So this is how we should be checking whether the particular string is present in any of the edges of the matrix or not. First we have to check at the top, and then right, bottom and left. So we should not change the order of checking. So here the given input string is active. So first let us check in the top row. Here we are not able to find the occurrence of active either in forward or in reverse. So the active is not present in the top row. So next we are going to move to the right, which is nothing but the last column. And here we are able to find the occurrence of the string active. So here ACTIVE. So I am highlighting the occurrence in red color. Since we have found the occurrence of the string active in the last column, which is considered as the right side, in our output we should be printing right. So in our expected output we can see that we are printing our output as right because the particular string is present in the right side. Suppose if the particular string is present in the first row, then it is the top, so we have to print top. So accordingly we have to print top, right, bottom or left. Suppose if you are not able to find the occurrence of the string in any of the edges, then in those cases we have to print -1. And it is also given in the question that the string need not be always present in the straight order. It can also be present in reverse order. So we have to check whether the string is present in either forward or reverse in all the edges, top, right, bottom and left. And only when we are not able to find in any of the edges, those cases we have to print -1. And if we are able to find, then we have to print the respective side. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating two character arrays named mat, which is a two-dimensional array, and a character array named str, in which we will be storing our matrix as well as the input string. And I am declaring these outside the main function because we can use it inside the functions as well as the main function. Now let us start with our main function. So in the main I am creating two integer variables named r and c, and in the next line using a scanf statement I am accepting the values of r and c. And now we have to accept our input character matrix. So here we have to create a nested loop, and we have to accept r cross c characters and store it into the character array named mat. And after the character matrix we are given the input string. So using a scanf statement I am accepting the input string. Now as per the conditions given in the question, we have to check whether the particular string is present in any of the four edges of the matrix or not. So to do that we will be making use of this function present in range. So this function is a user defined function which we have defined above. So this function accepts 4 integers in its arguments. So the first two integers are the starting row and starting column, and the next two integers are ending row and ending column. So first we have to check whether the particular string is present in the first row, that is top. So for top, the starting row and starting column is 0 0, and the ending row and ending column is 0 c minus 1. So that will be the range. So the first row is present in this range. So this function checks whether the particular string is present in this range or not. If it returns true, then we will be printing top as our output. If it is not present, then similarly using the same function we will be checking whether the particular string is present in the right or not. So again I am making use of the same function present in range. Now we have to check whether it is present in right. So the starting row and starting column for the right, that is the last column, is 0 c minus 1, and the ending index is r minus 1 c minus 1. So this is the range for the last column of the matrix, which is considered as the right. So if the particular string is present in this range and it returns true, then we will be printing right. So similarly if it is not, then we have to check in bottom as well as left. So here using the same function we have to change the arguments value and check whether it is present in bottom or left. Suppose if it is not present in 4 of the edges, then finally in the else part we will be printing -1. Now let us see how this function present in range works. So this function is of return type int and it returns 1 if the particular string is present in the edge of the matrix, and if the string is not present in that current edge, then this function returns 0. So this is how this function works. So to perform this function accepts 4 integers in its arguments. So the first is starting row, and then starting column, ending row and ending column. So using these values, this function will check whether the string is present in the current edge or not. So what we will be doing in this function is we will be converting the current edge into a string. So we will store the current edge in a string format in 2 character arrays. In one character array we will store the original, and in another we will store the reverse. So I am creating 2 character arrays named original and reverse. So in the character array original, we will convert the current edge into a string and store it, and in the reverse we will store the reverse of the original. And initially, after creating a character array, I am going to make all the characters as null. So using memset function, I am making all the characters as null. So in the memset function, first we have to give the name of the character array, and then we have to give the character that all the values should be updated. So in this case, everything needs to be updated to null. So I am giving null, and then the size is size of character array into 50. So I am giving that in the third argument. Similarly, using the same memset function, we have to do the same thing. We have to make all the characters as null in the original character array. So now we have 2 character arrays and all the characters in them are null. So now we are going to store the original and reverse from the particular edge. And to perform this, I am creating 2 more integer variables named L and K. Initially I am setting L is equal to 0 and K is equal to the sum of absolute difference between the rows and columns. So the value stored in the K is nothing but the size of our string that we will be forming, because the edge of the matrix is nothing but either a row or a column. If you are going to take a column as the edge, then the starting column and ending column will be same. So in those cases, the absolute difference between the column will be 0, and we will be having only the absolute difference between the rows. So the absolute difference between the rows is nothing but the number of characters in that particular column, and the number of characters will be the number of characters in our string also. So K is nothing but the size of the string that we are going to form, and we will be using the value of K while finding the reverse. So now let us see how we will be storing the characters into the original and reverse character array. So first we have to create a loop that iterates through the given range. So I am creating this nested loop. So here the I iterates from the starting row till the ending row, and similarly the J iterates from the starting column to ending column. So in every iteration, the matrix of ij will be the particular character. So we will be storing the character into the original as well as rival. So in the original, we will be storing at the index L, and we will increment the value of L. And in the reverse, we will be storing at the index K, and we will decrement K, because initially we have set L is equal to 0. So we are storing the characters from 0 till the length in the original, and in reverse we are storing from the end. The value of K is nothing but the size. So first we are storing the character at the last index, and now we are going to store the next character in the previous index. So that is why we are decrementing the value of K. So finally, after the execution of the nested loop, we would have found both the original as well as the reverse. So now we have converted the edge into a string, and we have it in 2 forms. We have the original as well as the reverse. So now if the given input string is a substring of any of this particular original or reverse, then it means that the particular string has occurred in that edge. So we have to return 1. So what we are going to do is we are going to make use of this str function. So this function returns the pointer of the character array str if it is present in the character array original. So within the arguments I am passing both original and str. If str is a substring of original, then this function will return a pointer. If it is not, then it will return null. So what we are going to do is we are going to check whether it doesn't return null. If it doesn't return null, then it means it is present in original. So this is one possible way, and it is also given in the question that the particular string can also be present in reverse order. So we have to include a condition for that also. So again we are going to make use of the same function str. Instead of original, we are going to give the reverse. So we will be checking whether this str is present in either original or reverse. So if it is present in any one of it, then the particular statement will return 1. Since this statement returns 1, the function will also return 1. If it is not present, then the statement will return 0, so the whole function will also return 0. So this is how this function present in range works. So using this value in our main function, we will be printing whether the particular string is present in the top edge or right, bottom or left. So this is how we can solve today's daily challenge. So thank you for watching.